everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we're gonna be talking about the 8 things you should learn from the movie Wedding Weekend. So Wedding Weekend was a movie acted by the Mount Zion team. Shout out to the Mount Zion, J. Mikey, Danny, and the team. So today we're just gonna be talking about the 8 lessons that you should learn from the wedding review. So stay with us. First thing first is that communication is very important. We see it in the movie. I mean, like, that's the main theme to learn throughout the whole storyline, throughout the plot. We see that Marvin was keeping something away from Gabby, and at the end of the day, his junior brother let the cat out of the bag. Like the junior brother the junior brother, let me use the Nigerian word, covalized him. So the junior brother actually said everything out, and then the wedding went a while, but at the end of the day, we thank that everything came back to normal because they had to forgive each other and they had to come back to normal. So that's one lesson you should learn, is the lesson of communication. Be it in a relationship, in a friendship, in family, it is the number one key factor. All right, communication is very, I just love being like, I'm big on communication. Okay, because if Marvin have said everything he wanted to say to Gabby at the beginning of the relationship, they wouldn't have had any problem from the start because they already know everything and everything is already clear. Number 2 is forgiveness. All right, Marvin offended his daddy while he was can we say a teenager, and the father refused to forgive Marvin, and that actually caused a major problem in Marvin's life because Marvin could not comfortably talk about his daddy. And we also see how the father had a kind of dream, and somebody came into his house and told him that he should clean up. Guys, unforgiveness can cause some kind of mess in your life that is only you that can clean it up. So forgiveness is the second point to learn from the movie Wedding Weekend. All right, learn how to forgive people, your family members, your friend, people that hurt you, that teacher that flogged you when you were in your secondary school, someone said something that you didn't like. Whatever it is, guys, we should just learn to forgive and move on. So number three lesson to learn from the movie Wedding Weekend is that do not open up for other people. Allow them to do it by themselves. All right, this was the mistake that Marvin Jr. brother made, but in a kind of way, it kind of like helped the situation at that time. But he got slapped by he was slapped by his elder brother, and that scene was so funny, but at the same time it was not really funny to Marvin, because Marvin felt that you should have allowed me at least to say this. So you shouldn't open up for other people. Allow them do it by themselves. No matter how tense the whole situation is, what you just owe them, you can just walk up to them and tell them that, don't you think it's time you should like say this to her if she doesn't know? Don't you think it's time for you to like come talk about this right now, you know, instead of doing their job? So that's the third lesson. Do not open up for other people. And number 4 is pray. Pray. Like, this is a very major thing. All right, we need to pray. If Gabby had taken her time to pray about the issue, that because she really could sense, she could really perceive that something is not on track here. There's something that Marvin is scared of. There's something Marvin is not saying to me. You know, she actually couldn't, although she couldn't like place her hand on it, but she knew that something is not right here. So when she went about, she was always telling her friends that he's hiding something from me. There was never a place she prayed. So guys, we should pray. Even when no matter what, we shouldn't wait until somebody's hiding something from us before we pray. All right, in every situation, in every facet, whatever place we find ourselves, we are to pray about every situation, because I believe that if Gabby had taken the time to pray about it, God would have actually shown her what it is if God wanted to. All right, so we should always include prayer into everything we do, and it should be in every step of the way. Number 5 is to know the friends that you keep. When Gabby was permitted, after they discussed the big wedding or small wedding, scenario, she called all her friends, and all her friends actually responded well. But if you watch through the line, the name of that our other friend, Valarie was having this kind of negative feeling. She was being this kind of negative, that even Gabby noticed it, and Gabby was like, I hope you are not a evil person, or you're not a demon. It was how the line went, Sha. So we should actually watch the kind of friends we have. When you see friends that are always breeding this kind of negativity, it's very good we actually watch out. I was listening to someone that was talking about the fact that he was trusting God for something, and anytime this particular friend always call him, what the friend keeps the energy the friend keeps giving was a negative energy. And what did he do? What he did was that he stopped talking to that friend. He stopped picking that friend's call. And he said that even till now, he do not pick up the friend's call. So if you are a person that all you like doing is negativity, please be very, very cautious of yourself, so that people won't keep you out of their life. All right, no matter what it is, just try to be positive, and always look on the bright side, because that was what Valarie was doing. She was always bringing this kind of negative energy, and evenly Gabby knew that she was the lady that was already mapping out or orchestrating or planning some things that aren't going to work well. So it's very important that we know the kind of friends that we keep. We should know the kind of friends that we have in our life, because I read a post somewhere that the man of God was saying that if you keep spiritual friends around you, chances are God is going to be speaking to you through the conversations that you are having, because these people you're working with, they are actually spirit filled. So know how there are going to be some exchange. There will be moments of edification even in your conversation. So that's number 5. Moving on, number 6 is confession, right? If you know there is something you need to tell someone, please tell them. Yeah, there is time for everything. Where the time is right, tell them. Gabby and Marvin were in a relationship, all right, and they both know that this relationship is heading towards marriage. So confession time should be confession time. It shouldn't be skipped. I believe it shouldn't be skipped. If you know that you are really making a commitment to this person, then why not? Why don't you talk, and why don't you just discuss things through? That's just the confession. Because if Marvin had actually said it earlier to Gabby, because she was being very, very inquisitive on the issue, she was always wanting to ask, she's just very curious about it. Assuming he confessed at that moment, everything would have actually been would have gone so well. And yes, if you have watched The Stalker, acted by the Mount Zion movie also, The Stalker is kind of synonymous to this movie. Just that in The Stalker, it was the girl that was having some issues she didn't tell the man. But in this wedding weekend, it is the man that is having some issues he didn't tell the lady. Yeah, so that's just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give you spoilers. If you haven't watched the movie, please hop onto the channel and watch it. So that's it. Then number 7, being a new creature in Christ is a very, very important thing. When Marvin gave his life to Christ, he was a new creature, and we cannot deny the fact that Marvin is already saved. But Valarie did not see it from that end. Valarie was still seeing him as an unchanged person, that she did 5 abortions for him and all the old story. Now, what am I trying to bring here? The point I'm trying to bring out here is that we should be very careful of the things that we are doing in our lives now, so that in the future we would have good memories and would have a very good past to share. Valarie could not take that. She couldn't just all of a sudden believe that, okay, so because you have accepted Jesus, you are now changed. Yes, that's just it. Jesus is changing men, and he's still in the business of changing men. But looking at it from a human eyes, it's not really easy to take in, For a person like Valarie, she did not even want to accept it a bit. She was still bent on her hard wish of him giving her money for a kind of baby, a baby something that she requested for, whether a baby, for like a compensation for the abortions that she did. But come to think of it, we have choices to make, right? So that is why no matter what the pressure is, let's make the choices that glorify God, so that in the later part of our lives we'll be grateful that we did. Had it been Valarie didn't have those 5 abortions, she would have had 5 children, right? And I don't think she would have any regrets, because the regrets is something that she's really going to take time to process and heal from. So anybody that give their life to Christ is already saved. And if you are doing something that is not good enough, then come out of it and let Christ change you. And if Christ have changed you, then give yourself wholly to the change, so that in years to come you'll be grateful. Yeah, you'll be grateful that you did. Nothing more, nothing less. Jesus is just everything, right? And throughout the movie we see that Jesus can turn an old wine. Jesus can turn water into wine. And at the end of the day, they came together after all the fight. Is it a fight now? Not really a kind of fight, a misunderstanding. They came together and they prayed, okay? And the moment the confession was made, we realized that although there was a long line of quarrel, and because Gabby was not okay with everything, but at the end of the day they were able to come together stronger, and they were able to deal with the enemy within, that was Valarie. So the moment they told each other the truth, they came together, they bonded, realized that they were able to conquer the enemy within. And at the end of the day, we realized that Valarie left the wedding weekend. It was even a wedding weekend. Okay, no, it was a family I can call that like a family, maybe a family Thanksgiving or something. And we see that Valarie left the place. She was disappointed because her plan did not work out. And at the end of the day, it's the wedding, I believe, because I know that there are some Mount Zion fans that are expecting part 2 of the some Mount Zion fans are expecting part 2 of the wedding weekend. With the wedding movie ended, I don't think there is any part 2 coming out, but we should understand that the movie ended in peace and everybody were actually happy with the way everything worked out. The father was able to forgive and make amends, because that was what even made Gabby calm down, because of the daddy acted on time. And that's it. When God speaks to us too, we should act on time. Every day of my life I pray, Lord, help me to obey you more and help me to obey you more, because obedience is something that we all need to keep doing every day and every day and every day. All right, and another thing is we need to actually watch out. It's not really about knowing somebody for 5 years, because Marvin was telling Gabby, when Gabby asked him, is there anything you're hiding from me? Marvin said, you have known me for 5 years. Why are you saying that kind of thing? So please, it's not about knowing somebody for 5 years. What the question is that, are you talking? And when I mean talking, I don't mean talking in small letters, like in capital letters. Are you talking to this person? Do you have conversation? Do you ask questions? Is this person responding honestly, or you are just speaking to each other? Speaking to each other is good, but talking is necessary. You talk, I talk, all right? Even in family, in friendship, relationship, even to God, we learn how to talk to God and we listen, all right? Listening is a very big part. So we listen, so that you can get to know somebody and know everything. And if you feel there is something else that needs to be known, then that is where God steps in. And that is why we need to have God in everything that we do, as the foundation and as our source. God is mightily available to help each and every one of us accomplish everything that we want in our lives. And it's good to deal with your past early, like Marvin. He didn't deal with his past early, so it came back to haunt him in the future. So whatever it is that is in your past, work it out with God, work it out with the people that can support you and that can trust you. All right. So that brings us to the end of this review. see if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, because by God's grace, many more contents are going to be coming up, many more reviews and many more videos. I want to thank you so much to all our loyal subscribers, and if you're new, hello, welcome, and please subscribe. We love you so much. Until next time, love God and love people. Bye.